Welcome to the Wisdom Inspired Talk podcast. Thank you for joining me today. I am Yomi Akipelu, your wisdom coach, speaker, teacher, and author of Blow the Cap Off Your Capability and other books. In this podcast, we will learn from the wisdom of wise men and women from ancient and contemporary times. We will glean wisdom from books, biographies, teachings, quotes, and sayings of sages through the ages. So, let's dive right in. Today, we'll be speaking about persistence. First, some quotes and a story. Giving up is the ultimate tragedy, says Robert Donovan. I hated every minute of training, but I said to myself, suffer now, don't quit, and spend your life as a champion. Muhammad Ali. Japanese proverb says, in the struggle between stone and water, in time, the water wins. The leadership of Winston Churchill, Abraham Lincoln, and Teddy Roosevelt always inspires me because they knew how to overcome great obstacles through steady persistence. These men were heroes. I like them because they inspire me to be persistent in the face of adversity. They never gave up. Woody Hayes said, "Paralyze resistance with persistence." Don't give up. Successful people are people who have conquered the temptation to give up. It is said that the nose of the bulldog is slanted backwards so he can continue to breathe without letting go. Consider also the postage stamp. Its effectiveness is in sticking to one thing until it reaches its destination. Most people fail due to lack of staying power. We need to develop stick-to-itness. A Japanese maxim says, fall down 7 times, get up 8 times. I recall a story about a salesman. He looked out of the window of a restaurant at the blinding snowstorm. He asked the waiter, "Do you think the roads will be clear enough in the morning to travel?" The waiter replied, "Depends on if you're on salary or commission." Napoleon said, how many things apparently impossible have nevertheless been performed by resolute men who had no alternative but death. What makes the best is not their genetics, but their habit of persistence. It's not their gifts or giftings, but the extent of their grit or perseverance. Persistence is more important than talent, than education, than physical ability or intelligence, because it is the measure of how many times you're going to get up and try again until you succeed. Refuse to give up. Work to obtain all the knowledge you can about what you want to achieve. Fix your mind on your purpose. Persist. Keep searching no matter how many times you meet with disappointment. Refuse to be influenced by the fact that someone else tried the same thing and failed. Stay sold on the idea that somewhere a solution to the problem exists and you will find it. Focus more on what you are doing daily and succeed at it, and that will affect who you will become in the future. Little by little does not mean slow. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to persist and try just one more time. James Watkins said, a river cuts through rock, not because of its power, but because of its persistence. And George Kenman said, heroism is endurance for one moment more. Endurance is one of the most difficult disciplines, but it is to the one who endures that the final victory comes. And Confucius said, it does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Failure is simply growth in wolf's clothing. So never give up, no matter how many times you have failed. I read this beautiful poem about persistence in a book titled The 5 a.m. Club. Here goes. To continue at a time you ache to stop. to advance when you long to quit, to persist at the instant you feel like giving up, is to claim your membership amongst the great warriors and honorable characters who led humanity to a better place through their earned invincibility. So, do not quit. Be persistent. And that is all for today. Until next time, keep on growing in wisdom and maturity. Blow the cap off your capability. Be unstoppable. Be awesome. I'm cheering you on.